From the Cardinal Television studio, I am Caitlin Murphy with your Fisher News Brief. A pair of attacks in France. In the south, an armed teenager opened fire at a high school. But first, Paris is on the edge right now after an explosion at the offices of the International Monetary Fund. CNN's Melissa Bell is on the scene and has more on both incidents.
Two very separate incidents here in France today that have led to inquiries. One in the south of France in Grasse, a 17-year-old boy went into a school heavily armed and wounded not only his headmaster but a number of other students. He's now being questioned by police who want to understand what was going on. Now, school shootings are extremely rare in France. You have to go back 12 years to get back to the one that was not terror related, and that has of course as a result attracted a great deal of attention. But perhaps longer term, the one that is likely to preoccupy investigators looking to understand precisely what went on is what happened here at the International Monetary Fund headquarters in Paris. Just after midday, a letter bomb was opened by an employee. It contained, and we found this out from the local chief of police just afterwards, not a substantial explosive device. She was only injured in a minor way. No life-threatening injuries were sustained. It was a sort of firework that went off. Investigators are now trying to understand who sent it, and perhaps most importantly, was there any link to the letter bomb that was intercepted yesterday in Berlin by German authorities? It had been addressed to Wolfgang Schäuble, the German finance minister. Was intercepted. The German finance minister and German authorities say that it was posted from Athens. Now, a far-left Greek group has claimed responsibility for that attack, linking it to its anger over the Greek bailout and the anger felt by many Greeks about the austerity that they see as having been imposed by Berlin and institutions like the International Monetary Fund. Now, that will clearly be an important line of questioning. Christine Lagarde, the head of the IMF, has said that the institution will carry on with its work in line with its mandate. Also, that it will be working extremely closely with authorities to try and get to the bottom of who carried out what she described as a cowardly act. Melissa Bell, Paris.
A Democratic lawmaker says President Trump may have said too much during a television appearance, possibly leaking classified information. During a Wednesday night interview on Fox News, Trump said the CIA was hacked during former President Obama's time at the White House. Representative Adam Schiff, the ranking member of the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, released a statement Thursday saying, "The president appears to have discussed something that, if true and accurate, would otherwise be considered classified information." The California Democrat statement goes on to say, "It would be one thing if the president's statement were the product of intelligence community discussion and purposeful decision to disclose information to the public, but that is unlikely to be the case. The president has the power to declassify whatever he wants, but this should be done as a product of thoughtful consideration and with intense input from any agency affected. For anyone else to do what the president have done would constitute what he deplores as leaks." While speaking to Fox News Wednesday, Trump tried to walk back his wiretapping accusations against President Obama, saying wiretap covers a lot of different things. Meals on Wheels could be on the chopping block in President Trump's 2018 budget proposal. The budget blueprint suggests cutting funds for the Department of Housing and Urban Development by about $6.2 billion. That's a 13.2% decrease from its 2017 funding level. Almost half of those savings will come by eliminating the $3 billion Community Development Block Grant, which provides money for a variety of community development and anti-poverty programs, including Meals on Wheels. That's the program that provides meals for older, impoverished Americans. How much would it affect the organization is unknown, but Meals on Wheels says 84% of its money comes from individual contributions and grants from corporations and foundations. Only about 3% comes from government grants. According to Meals on Wheels, roughly 1 in 6 seniors in the country struggles with hunger. The organization served 2.4 million seniors, a total of 219.4 million meals in 2015. About 63% of those meals are delivered to seniors' homes. A Philippines lawmaker is calling for President Duterte's impeachment. Representative Gary Alejano filed a complaint against the president and presented the documents to the public Thursday. Among the allegations, Alejano cited violation of the Constitution, bribery, and corruption. This is the first impeachment complaint filed against President Duterte only 8 months after assuming office. Pro-government officials have already expressed that impeachment proceedings are unlikely to take place. And that's all of today's headlines. I'm Caitlin Murphy for Fisher News Brief.